Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have you guys the brand new 2022 Specialized Stumpjumper Evo Pro in a size S3. And this thing weighs in at 31 pounds, 12 ounces. And in kilos, we are right at 14.40. Stay tuned to after the video. We're here, free body sound test on that rear wheel right there. Thank you guys. Hey, what's up, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video. Today I have for you guys this beautiful 2022 Specialized Stumpjumper Evo Pro in a size S3. This bike retails for $8,600, and this is their second to the top tier level they make in this bike. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over all the features on this bike, kind of show you guys a walkthrough on it, just to give you guys the explanation. The Evo is a little bit more travel than the regular Stumpjumpers. There are two different classes for a Stumpjumper. They make a Stumpjumper, which is 140 mil of travel in the front, 130 in the rear. Then they make the Evo, which is just its predecessor with 160 in the front, 150 in the rear. A little bit more raked out, a little bit more can-do, and this bike is also being capable of being ran into a mullet. So if you wanted to, you can remove that 29-inch wheel, replace it with a 27.5-inch wheel, and it is capable of doing that as well. I'll go through all the little nicks and knacks of this bike, so start off with the top of the handlebar here. We have the Specialized Revolve SL carbon fiber bar. This is a 35 millimeter clamp size. It is 800 millimeters long and a 30 millimeter rise as well for the bar. This is the first year they ever implemented a 35 millimeter clamp for a Specialized Stumpjumper bar, so that's pretty nice. The stem on here is going to be the DD stem as well. Nice to see them implementing a little bit different components other besides Revolve. We have our carbon spacers, our FSA on here as well. And then you can see the color on here is more of like a same color as the S-Works Evo Epic. Sorry, same color as the S-Works Epic Evo. They've done this color in a lot of different bikeways. Let me know what you guys think of it. On camera right now, it definitely looks like like spicy mayo, but I don't know. It looks really good to me. I'm a big fan of it. I like it. Fork on here is going to be the Fox 36 160 millimeter travel. This is a Fox Float Factory fork. This is with a Grip 2 dampener as well. We have our air chamber right here that we put the air PSI into. We have our little compression over here, low speed compression, high speed compression. We got all these little gadgets. You can mess around, play with them, you know, have our kids mess with them. Set them up real nice and have our kid come over and just wrangle them around. But yes, we have the option right there. 160 millimeter travel. If you do buy this bike in an S1, you'll get 150 millimeter travel. So keep that in mind. It says right here you can run this with either 29 or 27.5 plus tire or wheel as well. We have the color matching decals with the Foxes. These will come on all Specialized lineups. So if you buy a blue bike, they'll come with that kind of color. That's a nice little nod to the consumer right there. And then with the Pro model as well, you do get a Fox fender. I did a video on the comp carbon of the Evo. They did not give you the Fox fender on there. So when you pay $8,600, you do get a Fox fender, which is nice. Wheels on here are going to be carbon fiber Revolve Traverse wheels. They're a hookless wheel, and they are a 30 millimeter internal width. They're built with a Revolve branded DT Swiss 350 hubs, front and rear. We have on here our little 6 millimeter pinch bolt, our through axle. This is a boost bike, so it's a 15 by 110 as well. And we can see on here we have our little cable brake guide right here. And then for the rotors, it is a 200 millimeter rotor, 6 bolts, still used on mountain bikes, and is a Code flat mount disc brake as well. Tire is a Butcher tire with its T9 compound, and it's a 29 by 2.3. So up to the handlebars, we have on here the DD Knuckle Buster grips. We have a SRAM X01 wireless shifter, I believe. So it's an axis shifter, wireless. It is nice they actually threw in the rocker paddle. This is, they didn't need to do this, but they actually include this on here as well. And then for the brakes, they are running SRAM Code RC brakes. We have our pad contact adjustment. We have our lever release adjustment right here. Definitely more of a 4-piston brake, more downhill-ish, more enduro-ish, more all mountain bike-ish. 4-piston brake, which is nice for the Evo. Cables are all internal. The best thing about these Stumpjumpers is the cable, the internal cable route. Sorry, wind. Hurricane, hurricane, You got it? The best thing about these Stumpjumpers is that these cables are all like pretty much housed inside by carbon. So if I was to rip this whole cable out, I could shove a new piece of housing back here without any kind of fishing. It'll pop out exactly where it needs to go. That is the best thing to hear from mechanics. So if you have any kind of jobs you want to get done, swapping brakes, swapping cables, swapping anything on this bike, it's very easy to take it to your store. The mechanic will love you. He'll probably buy you something from it, having this bike. So it is a very nice plus. We have on this side over here, we have our little dropper post command, and this is by Bike Yoke. So I'll talk more on that C post in a second. but it's a bike yoke dropper post, cable actuated. I would think for $8,600 you should get a wireless dropper post, but I guess there has to be some kind of difference between this and the S-Works. And keep in mind that all these Stumpjumper Evo frames, Comp, Pro, Expert, and S-Works, are all the same level of carbon, which that's usually not the case, but this is factor carbon 11M. So you're getting the same level of carbon as the S-Works. This is pretty much S-Works bike, just not branded with S-Works. You just get this little specialized logo here. So very cool stuff for the consumer of that. Going down to the bottom, we have on here a little bash guard to protect from rocks and stuff like that. We have a new increased volume size SWAT storage system right here. Water bottle cage included. The little multi-tool 4, 5, 6 millimeter Allen keys are on here. This pops right out, so if you ever need to make adjustments, if you ever make a spill on the trail, your shock comes loose, your handlebars twist, you have that adjustment right there. This pops open like this. This opens up like this. Bada beep bop boop. Inside carbon layering. Da da dee da ka ka ka. And then they also include, with the bike as well, they include tubeless valves, and they include a 22-ounce hydration pack that you can put inside here. That's like literally you can fill it with water, shove it inside here. Because of the fact they only offer a 1 water bottle cage because of where the shock placement is. So you get an extra storage for water if you're out on the trail and you want a nice little tasty treat. Going to the crank on here, we have a SRAM X1 carbon crank arm. It's a 30-tooth chainring in the front. We have our MRP chain guide as well, so that way if we're ever doing some crazy downhilling, we got our bash guard here just in case we hit a rock because we're not looking where we're going. We have this little cool Stumpjumper Evo badge right here, which is nice. And I'll go over to the goodie stuff. This nice Kashima coated rear shock that we have here. This is a Fox Float Evol DPX2, I think it is. I forget exactly which one it is. But we have all our adjustments here. We have our firm, we have our open, we have our low speed compression right here. We have our rebound right here. We have our air chamber right, or where we pump in the air right here. 150 millimeters of travel, like I said before. And then this bike is capable of doing flip chips in 2 separate areas, which I'll talk about in a second. You have our rear and our front. So let me go over that right now, actually. So the way this flip chip works is you have a up right here to control the rake of the front fork, and we have the one in the back to control the height of the bike as well. So the one in the front can actually change the rake of the front fork. I think it's by 2 degrees. Bring it to 65 to 67, I think it is. Or the 67 to 69. Sorry, I've been doing a bunch of these bikes today. But go to Specialize it should have everything there. But you're able to manipulate the frame by 2 degrees. So all you have to do is see this little adjustment. See how there's kind of some room right here? You would take out the spacers, you remove it, flip the thing, good to go, very easy. And then for the rear, excuse me, we have our settings right here. We have high and low. This will actually raise or lower the bottom bracket 10 millimeters as well to make the bike more planted, make it more feely, make it more all mountain-y. So right now it's in a high position, so it's gonna be 10 millimeters higher. So we can go ahead if we want to. You loosen up this bolt right here, take out whatever flip chip is in here, switch it, put it to a low position like that, and you'll be good to go. Very cool stuff that they're doing for the mountain bikes. I mean, you got to think about this. This is $8,600. You're getting full massive suspension by Fox in the front and rear. This shit looks like it should be on cars. And you think about what they do for road bikes for $8,600. You don't get anywhere near as much technology. How much usage you get, longevity. I mean, this stuff is crazy that you can actually change your bike's geometry for different roads. You can put on a different size wheel. It's insane. They really do a good job with Specialized for their mountain bikes lineup. Some of the best mountain bikes on the road. Bottom bracket is a threaded bottom bracket BSA SRAM dub bottom bracket. It's a 73 millimeter wide bottom bracket as well. We have our through axles in the rear. It is a Boost 12 by 148. Going on over to this side over here, we have a SRAM X01 chain, 12 speed, and a SRAM X01 rear cassette, 10 in the bottom, 52 tooth up top here. So we got a lot of gearing here. We have a SRAM X01 Axis wireless rear derailleur. We have our battery cover right here. There is a wireless battery right here. Shifter works. I'll show you guys. There's no wire to it. Very cool stuff. We have our chain dampener right here. So if you were getting some chain smack right here, you're not gonna hear like whoop-ah, whoop-ah, whoop-ah. It's gonna give you a little bit more of a better chain on there. And then the tire is a Specialized eliminator tire with a T7 compound as well. It's a 29 by 2.3. Not as aggressive tire in the back because of the fact that this is your riding tire. So they don't want as much knobs in the back. They want a little bit less, but a good looking bike there. Same wheel in the rear, Revolve Traverse carbon. 30mm internal depth. They're a hookless rim, tubeless ready. Like I said, right now there's tubes in here, but they do give you tubeless valves to convert it. The tires are tubeless ready. And then you get a DT Swiss 350 with a Revolve branding on here. It's a 36 tooth engagement hub as well. It's not the EXP, it's a regular, so you can swap that out very easily. Very quiet, but you hear a free body sound test at the end of the video. And then going to our specialized bridge saddle. This has titanium rails. We'd love to see a carbon saddle on here for $8,600, but it is a Stumpjumper, so it's probably gonna be ridden downhill or on jumps and stuff like that, so they don't want to risk the carbon snapping. And then also, we have our brakes here. It's a 200mm rotor on the rear, 6-bolt, and then we have our brake. You see the internal routing right here. You see the little cover plate right here, this little flap. I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Now, bike yoke, dropper post. $350, $360, I think. Bike yoke was actually a company that created a yoke system. If you don't know what a yoke is, it's this piece right here for the specialized brain. So if people didn't want to run the specialized brain on their Epic, they can actually put this yoke on here with any kind of shock and make it compatible without having the brain, which is pretty cool. Funny to see that I've never seen they actually made dropper posts. This is a really expensive dropper post. The engagement feels really well. I mean, this doesn't feel binding up at all. The cable's nice. You pop it up, it's really nice. It stops wherever. But again, for $8,600, shit, I'd rather them just, I mean, if I had $8,600, I'd rather them round up an extra $300, make it $9,000, and just give me a wireless dropper post. For all this other wireless stuff, I don't like this cable right here. I think it's trashy. You suck. I wish they made that there. Some people might like a mechanical dropper post on that. It works fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I just think for the tech that's on this bike, how much money this bike is, it already having a wireless component on there that you're gonna have to charge the battery no matter what. It's always nice to be able to carry an extra battery just in case that dies. You know, I would prefer that on there. That's my personal preference. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. This is the Stumpjumper Evo Pro 2022 in a size S3. I think it was 31 pounds, somewhere around there. Retails for $8,600. A lot of goodies, a lot of knickknacks. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below in the comment section. If not, thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next video. Bye. 2022 Specialized Stumpjumper Evo Pro with the DT Swiss 350 rear hub and a 36 tooth ratchet on these Revolve Traverse carbon wheels. Here comes the free body sound test right now. Go! Yeah, 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 yeah. Very nice. It has only 36 teeth of engagement. If you want some more, you can add some more with the 54 tooth ratchet upgrade. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.